So today I'm going to show you quickly how to make oven roasted Brussels sprouts. So the first thing that you want to do is rinse your Brussels sprouts off and then put them on your cutting board and just cut the stem off and then cut the Brussels sprout in half. If you want to, if you want the smaller pieces, you can cut them in quarters. Just put your stem and the extra little leaves that come off over to the side. Uh, you can discard the stems and the extra leaves if you want to. If you want to keep the extra leaves, you can just put them in the pan with the Brussels sprouts when you get ready to put them in the oven. But as you can see here, I'm putting mine to the side. I'm going to discard them um, and continue cutting my Brussels sprouts in half, getting them ready for the pan in the oven. So just bear with me. I got a few more to do. Cutting off the stem, cutting the Brussels sprout in half. And the seasonings that I'll be using today, I'll tell you once I start to use them what they are again, but I'll give you a brief overview right now. I'll be using a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I'll be using garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, pink Himalayan sea salt, and black pepper. And I'll be using a little bit of sugar as well to take the bitterness out, because usually Brussels sprouts are bitter, but if you use a little bit of sugar, then they're not. They taste really well. And just bear with me. Keep cutting these up, cutting the stems off, cutting them in half. All right, that's my last one. I'm gonna cut it in half. And the dish that I'm using is Pyrex uh, to roast my Brussels sprouts in. Make sure you use an oven safe dish, especially if you're using glass, because you do not want it to bust and your ingredients end up in the oven. Big mess. So now I'm just coating them with olive oil. And I'm going to cut up my red onion because I'm putting red onions in it. Red, purple, whatever you call it, onion. I'm going to cut it in small pieces. You can cut it however you like. Some people like long slivers. Some people like big chunks. I like mine diced into smaller pieces. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Continue to cut them up. All right. So once I'm done cutting up my onions, I'm going to mix that in there, the onions in there with the olive oil to get them coated as well. So I have a few more pieces to cut up. All right, so mix that all in. Let me get it coated with olive oil really well. In a second, let me get my towel and wipe my hands off real quick. All right, so the first seasoning is pink Himalayan sea salt, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, paprika, and minced garlic. I love minced garlic. I think I used about a tablespoon of minced garlic. Let me get my spoon. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm just mixing all the seasonings in, making sure the Brussels sprouts are fully coated with the seasoning and the olive oil, as you can see. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil, but don't add too much. And I'm going to stir that in. And a little bit more black pepper. I'm going to stir that in. See? I'm going to cut up my bacon. I'm using pork bacon, but you can use any type of bacon you like, pork, turkey, or any meat that you like if you want to use smoked sausage. So there's the bacon. I'm putting it in the oven, and that's the finished result, the roasted Brussels sprouts.